We have our own Travis Edgecombe with information on the National Development Plan, and that's going to be followed by your weekend calendar. You're watching Bahamas at Sunrise.
The government of the Bahamas recently held a 2-day ongoing workshop on the National Development Plan project at the Harry Seymour Library. At the opening of the workshop, Prime Minister of the Right Honorable Perry Christie gave the keynote address on his vision for governance in the Bahamas.
Our first order of business must be about ensuring that the public service has the necessary skills which are required. We must assess these skills which are required for every post within the public sector, assess where there are weaknesses, and ensure that we build towards strength. Skills strengthening are a partnership between the employer and the employee. On the one part, the skills gap within the public service must be identified and quality training provided and funded. On the other side, employees must accept the training, commit themselves to training, and be unafraid in applying their newly acquired skills. In some cases, these include basic skills or basic skills strengthening, service orientation strengthening, and technical skills strengthening. Whatever the need, we cannot afford to leave anyone behind. It is important to center the issue of the public service within the wider context of good governance. This is the primary preoccupation of any honorable government. We know that the Bahamas has a long tradition of a democracy. We have a respected constitution and a process for modernizing that constitution based on in-depth consultations with the people of the Bahamas. We hold free elections with high voter turnout and a peaceful transfer of power. So this tenet of governance in our system is increasingly rare in the world. While there are challenges, we live in a country where there is respect for the rule of law, and political and civil liberties are respected and enforced by an independent judiciary. Again, all external indicators place the Bahamas high on the rankings of these issues. We have a free media and a growing and active civil society, which provides alternative voices and critical perspectives to the Bahamian people.
In October of 2012, the government approached the Inter-American Development Bank to assist with the national plan. Country Representative Mrs. Astrid Winter spoke on the relationship and partnership of the Bahamas and Inter-American Development Bank.
Essentially, the partnership, the Bahamas is an owner of the bank, so that should be clear from the beginning. Our partnership is based on an exercise that's done every 4 to 5 years in which we program or we develop a country strategy together, which articulates very clearly the areas that the authorities that represent the country wish the bank to focus on in the period. This one is 2013 to 2017. It coincides with typically when there's a change in government, but not always so. And it's a document that is disseminated, discussed with civil society. We have a civil society advisory group that advises the bank. And it's also discussed and agreed upon with the private sector. So in a way, it's like a mini plan, only with respect. The limitation is that it focuses only on the areas of the bank's competence, because it's where we find we can partner. So the current country strategy with the Bahamas focuses on 5 areas, and they are public finances and management, citizen security and justice, energy, private sector development, and the last one is coastal risk management and climate change adaptation. We're also partnering with the Water and Sewerage Corporation to support a huge initiative to reduce non-revenue water, because the water that is not paid for results in those who do paying a lot more for water, and also limits the ability of the corporation to invest in improving the quality. No more red water or fewer, replacing laterals and mains so that you have better water quality, better water pressure, and more reliable service. The bank has developed a new institutional strategy, and one of the things that's in there that's very different from previous strategy is the fact that we're moving away from the sectoral approach to recognizing that you have to have multi-sector solutions, because life and is not divided up into neat sectors. And so this is something that I think you're going to see, we've been moving gradually, but now it's sort of formalized as part of our strategy institutionally, to be focused on cross-cutting solutions to identified problems or constraints on growth, development, or on potential.
This is Travis Edgecombe for Bahamas at Sunrise.